Hello there, Christmas CNG Bricks here, and in this video, I'm going to be going through my Iron Man Hall of Armor. So, I low-key haven't done anything to this. It's been sitting in one of these little things over here for like literally 3 years. But it is really cool, and I don't remember the last time I actually made a video talking about this, and I've gotten a bunch of new figures. So in this video, I'm just going to go through, show you the main part, and then I'll show you, I guess, all the accessories I have. They're just chilling on the floor. So yeah, let's get into it. So starting off over here, I basically did it just in order, so I'll have like the first Iron Man go through, then it's just going to continue going until the most recent Iron Man, which is the Avengers Endgame one. And a quick side note, I am going to do a separate video talking about all of the minifigures, but I also have a bunch of other Iron Man figures that aren't in here, but that's going to be a completely separate thing. This is just for the display that I've had forever. So starting off over here, classic gumball machine, I don't know, just chill. It was in the original set. We have the Mark 1, the Mark 2, the first War Machine, which is also technically Mark 2. Then we have, I think that's Mark 5, this is Mark 6, and then 7. Obviously, I'm going to be remembering this from my memory, so I'm probably going to mess up a couple times, but just bear with me. That is Heartbreaker. I think that's Mark, like, 9 or 8? I don't really know. Or maybe that's Mark 5. No. This is 100% Mark 5. That's the Heartbreaker suit. That is the War Machine suit from, like, Civil War. It's just chilling there. And what you're going to find is a bunch of suits between this and the Iron Man 3 suit, because in the MCU, you know, Tony Stark went through and he made a bunch of outfits, because this is Mark 42, right? So you get from Mark 7 to Mark 42. So I included like the Scuba Iron Man and this Iron Man and then the Space Iron Man, and then you have Mark 42. So yeah, a lot of, you know, various outfits there. Okay, and then after Mark 42, we just have some of these like little grabby light things. Then we have Mark, I think 40, I would probably just say this is 43. This is 46. I think, or maybe that's 44. This is from Spider-Man Homecoming. This is from Age of Ultron, I think. And then this is from Infinity War. And I know that because, like, look at, I know that. I don't remember my Iron Man too well, but I know that for sure. And then kind of the same thing between Mark 7 and 41 or 42, where there was a bunch of random stuff. Also, you have Mark 60, I think, here. And then you have Mark 85 here, and then, you know, between Infinity War and Endgame, Tony Stark just made a bunch of stuff. So here I have the more recent Iron Man, and you can see these use the newer style, of helmet, which, like, I don't mind it, but I mean, I'm an old head here. I really like the old style of helmet, you know? It's just what I'm used to here. But we have the Hot Rod Iron Man, just a classic Iron Man and War Machine. I think these are from the Avengers Tower, if I don't mistake. And then we have two more, just classic. Here's like the Shock one. Here's just the Iron Man from Endgame. It's literally just an Iron Man helmet on top of this Avengers body. And then here is Pepper Potts, Iron Man, or like, you know, at the end of Endgame when she gets the suit. It doesn't really make sense with time, but it's cool. And then the Mark 85. This suit is awesome. If you notice, it's basically just Mark 60, but Mark 85. So I guess I'll talk about the other stuff. So we have this antenna on the top. I replaced it with a blue antenna because it looks cooler. It have these like stud shooters. This is a little Iron Man statue. Everything on this is just from like sets. So like all of the sets included like a spot for like a helmet or hairpiece. So I'm including Pepper Potts hairpiece, Tony Stark's hairpiece. You have the jetpack here. If you flip it around to the back, and this is actually really cool, it can obviously like spin in and stuff. And the way I like to display it is I have it like just folded out a little bit. That's the way it works best on my shelf. But if we turn it around, most of these panels are just blank windows, but some of them are, you know, tiled in. So you have, you can't really see any of it, but a lot of them have just like, you know, builds on them. And some of them I did try to like be smart. Like, oh, here's the suitcase Iron Man. I actually don't know if I've done anything where I have the right one on the right side because it's been so long. But at the start, I did used to do that where, like, for the suitcase Iron Man, I put the suitcase Iron Man, which is over here. And then also doing the inverse is also really cool. So yeah. And then before I end this video, I don't really feel like bringing these up to my desk. These are just what was in like the little shelf with it. It's basically just like the runway for the Hall of Armor, which I'll attach that in a sec. And then just some extra antennas, and then the hot rod and like the bag, like just the crate, I guess. So yeah, and then this is basically just another display. I also forgot that the original set came with this Igor minifigure, but you know, it's not really a minifigure. You kind of just put a figure in it. And then this is what the display looks like. So you have Tony Stark here. This is the 2013 version from the Malibu Mansion set. You have a figure he's working on, and then just the Hall of Armor. I don't know why the focus on my camera is so weird, man. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this video. Having all of these sets is definitely something I'm glad I have, even if they've literally just sat on my shelf for the past like 3 years. I'm still really glad I have them. I'm not really collecting any more Iron Man just because I don't really care. Like, all of the MCU Iron Man are here, and they have been coming out with more different variations, and I do kind of want them, but I'm also not about to spend like $100 on a Marvel set just for one Iron Man figure. I don't really care anymore. But having this is really cool. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Like I said, I'm gonna make another video where I go through this Iron Man, but I also go through just all of my Iron Man minifigures. So please check that out if you're curious. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and as always, I hope you have a great day.